Cannon during the show. Like, for a second, I thought you were just at a Blue Jackets game and way too close when we scored. But no, that's crazy, dude. I have hearing damage from drumming, but a cannon, that's a crazy story. Ren?
So I actually have a question for how to get engaged.
I should probably stop the music anyway, since it's somebody else's music. 88. I'm guessing that they gave us a commission rate, like a percent. Let me pull up.
Yeah, I got that wrong too.
Oh, did I not copy the homework questions over here? All right, let me grab a homework paper, because apparently I didn't copy them into the lesson.
Which homework is this?
833. 88. So this is like a multi-step problem. Hey guys, and if you're not done with this homework yet, you could be doing it right now, but not copying it. You could be doing it. My desk is starting to look like Mrs. Pettigrew's.
Is that an insult? Say it like a bad thing.
It is what it is. Her organization is different than mine, but she does know where everything is impressively. When she was absent, we were texting about like some form or something, and she goes, on my desk, under this, beside that, like it's yellow or something like that. And I walked to her desk and I was like, she's right. And it was very impressive. Everyone has their own organizational strategies. Right now I'm getting a pile of things over here. So Tino works at a retail clothing store. He makes $7 an hour. That's kind of crappy these days because that is below minimum wage. And 15% of his total sales. Hey, guys, quit speculating things you don't know. Reference Mr. Estes. You're allowed to be paid under minimum wage if you get extra money. So like a tip or a commission. So Tino's allowed to be paid this. This is not illegal. Please quit making things up. If Tino works for 18 hours, So if I'm color coding and using highlighters like, nobody has ever suggested before, the 7 and the 18 hours are going to go together because I'm getting $7 for every of those 18 hours. So I'm probably going to do 7 times 18. The 15% is going to be 15% of the 538. And to do 15%, and a couple of us forgot about this on the follow-up, it's 0.15. Give it a second, and my camera might focus. It's 0.15, right? Because we got to put it into rate form. Times what he made this week. Or what he sold this week. Sorry that I said made. Then add that with the hourly that he made. And there's our answer. There were hands back here.
I forgot to mention it on Wednesday, but I wasn't here Tuesday, so I don't have it.
Oh, here, you can have this one that I just highlighted. You might as well.
Wait, but it also says to do, what was it? What is the total pay for that week and what is the amount of his commission?
Yeah, so the commission was the first number we calculated, that 80.70, which I don't know why they didn't go 2 decimal places. Come on, CPM. Money, you should always go 2 decimal places. Somebody was not on their A game when they made this answer key.
Remake it, CPM.
Yeah, I don't quite get your reference, so I just was going to ignore it. I don't know what you're talking about.
A's, B's, C's, like grades.
But then end game?
M.
Oh, okay. I just misheard you.
So,
All right. Any other questions on like 90? Figuring out those missing angle measures. Guys, your math notes are a huge help when you don't necessarily know something. Like,
so we're meant to assume that the straight lines are 180.
Yep.
But why are we meant to assume that when there's a 95-degree angle that's acute?
because if a straight line does not have any like markings or measurements on it, we just have to go with what we know. When math is given to us, we trust the numbers. So what that means is whoever drew that sucks at drawing. Right? Like, could you draw an angle and say this is supposed to be 95, but draw it backwards by accident and then be like, oh, wait, crap, erase that line. You're like, yeah, we make mistakes. So really that one problem from your homework was drawn wrong on purpose, but you trust the number.
I wrote down, why do you do this to me?
That's fine. You're allowed to put stuff like that on your homework. It makes me laugh. It breaks up the monotony of just putting checks next to your guys' stuff. Yeah, I like those little funny notes or pictures that you guys put on there. Ren?
Yeah, no, my teacher last year said they do that on purpose. They put them a little bit off. So then you do have to trust the numbers and you can't just look and be like, this is close.
And you can't use a protractor then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys try to put a protractor on the angles given to you, most of the things on your worksheets won't actually measure on the protractor what they tell you they measure. You just got to trust the numbers. That was not a challenge. Noah.
I was curious.
All right, so we yesterday ended our lesson right about here. So I want someone to remind us, because I forget, guys, I genuinely, I'm not doing the teacher thing where we say stuff that is, like, not true. I genuinely don't remember if we got to, like, finishing this problem.
It made me kind of sad because I couldn't figure out how to do it.
So I think we were struggling with this when we left class, right? Like, we were fighting with it.
Yeah.
So you gotta imagine. Okay, so turn on your Mr. Rogers or whatever you want to say. Turn on your imagination. This is 7. Okay, I know it's not because I'm not 7 feet tall. Well, I am 6 feet tall, but it's shorter than me, right? But this is 7. We all agree? This is 7.
7.
Okay. There's one side of my triangle. This is 1.5. It's actually probably close to 1.5 in real life. Cool? 1.5. This is only actually 3. But we're going to call it 4.5 for the example of me having actual ways to show things. So if this is 7, and I put my 1.5 on the end of it, and actually, Zach, can you help me because my arms aren't quite wide. Or Bradley, whoever can jump up here and move this. All right, so hold that. And I put my 4.5 on this end, and Bradley, let's you and I make a triangle, okay? Come on, man. Dude, come on. Make. I said make it. Okay, let's just do this.
See, I told you about this.
Okay. If we can't, if this bends, it's no longer a polygon. Right? What? Why? Who? How? Where? What is going on? Thank you, Bradley. What does this show us? So?
The notes have the curvy little lines.
What?
Yeah, like in the notes.
The
when
notes
a triangle,
have the curvy little lines? What is
don't make fun
that?
of the way I talk.
No, but I don't know how that relates to my question.
Yes, it does. Because in the notes, when a triangle doesn't reach each other, they put little half circles next to the lines.
Oh, so what you're referencing is this.
Sure.
The triangle inequality theorem.
Yes, that, but no. They draw a little curvy
I know, to show that it can't actually, meet each other. Lucy?
So, since 4.5 plus 1.5 is 6, and one side is 7, even if you made it mega obtuse angle,
Even if you
it's
made it
still
completely flat.
it's not even gonna work.
Yeah, so guys, what Lucy's saying is even if we add up my 2 shorter sides, it doesn't even reach the end, let alone can it lift up and make a triangle. This, and it's in your math notes, guys, this is the triangle inequality theorem. And remember, theorems are proven. So they often don't say the word theorem, but theorems are proven. Think about this like this in a different way. Let's say that you live across the back field of Phoenix. All right, maybe you're one of those houses that we can actually see when we're behind Phoenix. So school lets out, and you're like, I'm going to just walk my normal walk home. I'm just going to walk across the field. But Mr. Smith sees you walking outside, and he says, hey, they just treated the field. Don't walk across it. Your shoes will turn up certain color, because that literally happens when they come treat the field. So instead, you have to go over to Linworth, and then you could go to your house. Which route do you think was shorter? Black or blue? Black, because it's straight line. This is what a lot of times people call how the crow flies, because birds can fly in a straight line. Nothing gets in their way, except for maybe other birds or planes. So the 2 others, any 2 sides of a triangle have to add up to be more, not equal, more than the 3rd side of the triangle. So any triangle, when you're asked to test, can these lengths make a triangle? You have to do 3 different tests. 3 plus 10 greater than 11? Yes. 3 plus 11 greater than 10? Yes. 10 plus 11 greater than 3? Of course. So that tells me my 10 and my 3 can reach each other. Any 11 is fine. Questions on the triangle inequality theorem? Gravity works. Liam.
Would gravity work? Never mind.
Okay.
I've been hustling.
You what?
I've been hustling.
You've been hustled?
Hudson. It's
Oh.
like Pettigrew, but for you.
Well, what does that even mean?
Pettigrew means when she calls on you and you immediately forget it. Which
Ah.
happens a ton.
So what you see in your notes when you go look at it, because there was like another thing that I included there, is they show these little arcs of like, even if I lay these
Those Kirby
flat-
lines! I know. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Nick. Even if we laid them flat, they would not be able to reach each other. All right, so grab your protractor and your straight edge. Doesn't really matter if it's a ruler, but they are. Let's physically sketch. Now, guys, there's a reason I said use graph paper today. So now we're going to start to see how these angles look when compared to like a grid piece of paper. So you want to draw 3 different triangles. A 90-60-30, or a 30-60-90 if you want to say it in a nicer way, because it feels like multiples, right? A 45-45-90, and a 135-45-60. Go ahead and dive into it. Am I specifying how long your edges should be?
No.
Nope. Homework due tomorrow. Reminder, homework due tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, you're not allowed.
Mr. S is not mad at me when I sharpen the pencil.
Well, if he was in the middle of a sentence, that's
He
probably
wasn't.
why.
We're taking notes. Is 834 due Friday?
Yes, because you got it Wednesday. So even though like you should finish it up tonight. Yeah, so thank you for that question, Liam. 834 we are going to collect tomorrow. So the homework you got yesterday, yes, it's also tonight's homework, but it is getting collected tomorrow.
I'm not.
I mean, we just related it to algebra with the inequalities, right? Because you could say if I have a triangle with legs of 5 and 7, what are the possible third lengths? And there's a range, and then that's algebra being incorporated to the geometry.
Whoa, no way. Algebra?
Make sure that if you are taking the time and effort to make an angle a certain size, what do you do with that angle?
Work it.
Label it, right? Show that it's 90 either by writing 90 degrees or doing a little square, right? So you can show a 90 degree by just doing a little box in the corner. And guys, obviously if you're using graph paper, you know that your graph paper is set up at 90 degrees. Since we don't care how long the base edge is, you can just determine whatever you want for the base edge length. No, because you can't reach infinity, as we've talked about many times before. It is not a number, it is a concept. Nah, that doesn't happen very often.
That is a lie.
I got board game. We don't call it that. I got game night with my friends tonight. I'm all excited. I want to make sure that I get my homework done to get back to you guys tomorrow. So like you're progressing to masteries. We'll come back to you tomorrow. Guys, I only got them halfway graded. Like, I'm sorry. Even when I got home at 10:30, I did pull out some work and do some grading, but then I was too tired. Did not get done.
Well, that's good because it gave me extra time to turn in my thing that I actually finished.
I know, Math 7 I got done with, and their grades went in math. So, yeah, stinks to be them. But more of them needed the reminder, turn your stuff in. Most of you got it.
I did it, and I didn't.
That's why I prioritize them, is more of them need the reminder. Hopefully they'll turn them in today or tomorrow, right? Because I put it in math and they got the reminder. Anyone like their triangle enough? You want to show it? You want to share it to the class? Sure, I mean, but yeah, all three of you guys, come on up. Let's see if we get the same triangles.
My triangle's better.
Actually, it's funny that you say that because your triangle is special. Quite literally, mathematically speaking, this is called a special triangle. You just don't know why yet. I don't care what order
I'm
you guys
lying.
go in.
Ooh, I'm going first. Is it on? Oh my gosh, it's my hand.
Why do your labels not have degree measures?
Because I
Get
did
out of here,
not.
so.
Oh my God.
Get out of here. Nope, you didn't do what we said.
Okay, so, I didn't put a degree measure in the 90, but it should be pretty obvious since there's a box.
So you did put a degree measure.
Yeah.
That symbol
Yeah.
means 90 degrees.
But, yeah, but
So you don't have to justify it. Like, yeah, that is accurate. Here, we can zoom in so people can see your triangle more.
triangle.
A beautiful
Pretty good. Yeah.
All right, so does that look similar to yours?
Yeah.
This one is not similar. It goes a different way, I think.
So
It's
actually, you want to take the words out of my mouth?
It is similar, but it's just different.
Every single one of you has created a triangle that is similar to every single other triangle in this room. If you followed the directions of 30, 60, 90, because, and here's something that you might want to like write in your notes or whatever. I forget what was on your 832 notes or 834. Can I borrow 834 from somebody? So I didn't, I wish I had more space on here. When we have been given all three angles, is there any way that we're going to end up with the exact same size triangle? Sure, maybe. You might get lucky. We might sit together and say, hey, make the base 5 centimeters. Like, you might plan it out. But if you don't, your triangles are all going to be different sizes. But what we said yesterday, right, and what you might want to write down as a reminder is similar. Anyone remember the definition? Want to give us like the like simplest way that we can say it? Similar shapes were Noah.
Like it still has like the same ratio of it has like
Same. So what is the same about them?
Oh.
They're the same.
They're scaled the same.
Same shape. Yeah. Same shape. Different sizes.
Size or orientation.
Yeah, well, so they can be congruent even when they're oriented differently. So, yeah, the way it's turned, the way it faces, the way it's flipped, like none of that really matters as long as it's the same shape. Meaning, if you want to add this in because it's important, all the angles, hey, notice how this saves us time. All the angles are congruent, which is actually a fancy symbol for equals, but it means more than just equal. I got some people definitely not writing this down, and that's okay. That's your choice. I just sure hope you can actually remember it.
what is congruent mean?
We'll get there. We will get to congruent here in a minute. So, anyone like their 90, 45, 45 triangle and want to show it for the class? Zach, Sam, we got a third. Make sure your angles are measured, otherwise I'm going to kick you out. Colin? What was that? Sorry, what'd you realize? If that is equal to that, then those have to be equal. Yeah. I did it.
Hey, look.
I'm a map. Okay. I mean, did you measure them?
Could I please have Isaac Raleigh to the Perry office?
So, I want to try to show a few of these at the same time. So we're going to scooch Sam's over to the edge. But Sam's is great, 45, 40. Now, the only advice or tweak is we should give it a degree symbol. So we might as well put the little degree symbol. Zach, you got yours? Yeah. So we'll slide this in to get... man, you're killing me. You're killing... Why? Really? You had to put that at just a tiny angle? You're killing me, because now I can't, do what I... Colin, maybe you'll help me out. Thank you, Colin. Dang it, Colin. You guys all thwarted my plan. Okay, so Sam, all of these should have done this, but because Colin stopped at not the corner, which is fine, this is still a good triangle, and because Zach put a slight tilt to his triangle, it didn't do what I wanted. So Sam's did what I wanted. A 45-degree angle is going to cut right up through your squares. Like, so you should have noticed that that diagonal line is cutting through your squares kind of nicely.
Yes.
Right? Kind of very nicely. And the 30, 60, 90 actually also kind of had a special relationship. But we'll cover that more later.
So how do you calculate
Mine
the
isn't-
length of the third side of the triangle?
Oh, we'll get there.
Okay, good. I want to get there.
Oh,
That's
if you're
not
talking about
45.
any third side line, then there's a range. But if it's a right triangle, Pythagoras. If it's a right triangle. All right, triangle 3 up there, or I. Isaac?
It doesn't work.
What? Well, I mean, maybe we should give it a job. If it doesn't work. But okay, what Isaac? Like, what do
It
you?
doesn't work because it adds up to more than 180.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if we draw this out, and remember from yesterday, we said 135 is like a 90 and another 45. So if I imagine a 90 line and then my 135 off of here, and then my 45 off of here, and then a 60 off of here would be like, yeah, like we're gonna end up with like some kind of, not even trapezoid, it's gonna be some kind of like quadrilateral. Not quite a half circle. But yeah, like this doesn't work, right? The triangle angle sum theorem. So we have our inequality theorem, and we also have our angle sum theorem. Isaac quickly identified, oh, there's too much angle here, right? It's over 180. It can't happen. No?
I have a question about number 2.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time, like, getting 45 on both of the angles. I measured
Oh,
the
quit
protractor.
trying. Seriously, throw your protractor. No, I'm joking. Don't throw your protractor. So, the funny thing about a 45-45 triangle, Nick, do you want to tell us? I mean, I know I keep calling on you, but you and I have had some quick moments where I know you know what you're doing. Can you, like, if you were to coach me through how without a protractor, how I could make a 45-45-90, can you, like, verbally coach me through?
So I might show this. Or wait, I'll show. Yeah.
I kind of want it to be like that aha moment. So, like, talk me through step by step. Like, what do you want me to make my first edge?
I guess just make like your first edge 4 little spaces long.
Sure.
So
1, 2, 3, 4. Boop.
just draw a line between those two. Then you're gonna want to go from the left edge. You're gonna go 4 spaces up
1, 2, 3, 4. Boop.
and draw a line. And then you can draw a line between the like.
Okay, so I agree with you that this is 90 because I just made. But how do you know that these angles are 45?
Because since both of those angles have to be equal since they're the same length, that means that like you have 90 and therefore the only possible angle it could be has to be 45 because 45 plus 45 equals 90. That's the only way you could fit the rule of 180 degrees.
Guys, I hope you were listening to Nick. If he had a mic, I would tell him to drop it right now.
Drop your
If,
pencil.
guys, a and actually, if we just follow Nick's directions of make the side, what sort of triangle has 2 equal legs? We talked about it yesterday. Isosceles. And what it also has is 2 equal angles. Because this side, and guys, this is way deeper than you need to learn right now, but there's a theorem called the hinge theorem. It's actually really, like, simple in a way. If I open my door a 10-degree angle, there's a distance between my door and my door frame, right? If I open my door a 40-degree angle, will that distance be more or less? If I open it 50 degrees, more or less? See, like, and that, now you understand the hinge theorem. You just learned another theorem. The bigger the angle, the bigger the opening. But what that means in reverse is the size of the opening determines the size of the angle, and that's trigonometry. You'll learn all that in a little while. But this this angle relates to this side, and this angle relates to this side, and since those sides are equal, like Nick said, these angles must be equal to each other.
Why does that angle refer to that side or whatever?
The hinge theorem, because the bigger the angle, the bigger that side's going to be. Because if I make this angle bigger,
Okay.
this opening is gonna get bigger.
What about the 90-degree angle?
That it might get messed up then.
No, what side does that 90-degree angle affect?
To the hypotenuse. But that it kind of that gets in the weeds of like then it gets a little complicated and the trig doesn't work with this side. Yeah.
Right?
You can't do trigonometry